Hello, thank you, Boise. My name is Levi Dayley, and I'm new to the city. I'm a financial advisor. And what I've learned being a financial advisor is money is really just kind of a proxy for time, and by extension, attention. So information is really important. I consume a ton of it. In fact, we all consume a ton of it. It makes everything that we do daily possible, or at least almost everything. But the problem is there's so much attention, we have to make choices. And it forces us sometimes to make poor choices about the information we're getting, which has real consequences. Now, dopamine is a chemical, a very powerful chemical in the brain that reinforces learning and makes us feel good when we seek and find information. Now, big media knows this, social media knows this, and they give us dopamine by letting us click through some of the stuff, getting us some of that little high. Now, Steve Jobs once said, when you're young, you watch TV and you think it's a conspiracy. They're trying to dumb us down. But when you get older, you realize, no, it's not a conspiracy. They're trying to give you exactly what you want. And that's so much worse. You know, if they were conspiring, we could have a revolution. But no, it's the truth. So I blame us. It's really on us because we let our bad habits dictate the quality of information that we consume. So I came up with my own clickbait headline. These are 5 shocking information mistakes that we're making, and they're killing us, and kittens. I already got my dopamine. So, okay, so you're a fanboy, you're a fangirl. You love your phone, your car, your whatever. And it's great, but subscribing to like 16 iBlogs about how great your taste is, it's gonna lead to being in a bubble, having this us versus them thinking, where, you know, people who don't have your great taste are just kind of lesser. That's not a good thing for us as a society or as people. The next thing is there's the partisan. The partisan is like the fanboy's toxic cousin. And what happens is, you know, they're normal, smart, informed people like you and I, but they get trapped in these cycles of receiving all this negative information through and generating these negative heuristics. Now, heuristics are mental shortcuts that we learn and form so that we can respond to situations better later on. That's how we learn. But what happens is that one of these heuristics we develop is called confirmation bias. It makes us interpret information, or we seek information that confirms what we already think. And if it doesn't confirm what we think, well, then it's wrong. So this is a really good example. So what I think we ought to do as people is that if we're trying to form opinions about very important stuff like, you know, political campaigns and everything else really, we have to think about the information we're consuming and how it informs us and find things that challenge us occasionally. Now, information is also like food in the sense that it comes packaged. It's very efficient that it comes that way, and for a long time that's the only way you could get it. But we can do better now. We don't have to accept the package. Technology has allowed us to get our information free range. What I'm going to challenge you to do is to mute and block and unfollow all these news feeds. Follow the journalists. They talk about what they're going to cover before they cover it. You get the news faster. The next thing that we do, we love deals. It makes us feel great. We feel like we got a score. Then we want to share it, and that gives us dopamine because people think we're connected and smart and all that. But then we end up with a big news feed, liking all these things, following all these brands, and just getting a bunch of advertising. So that takes away from the attention we have to get to truly important things. I didn't Photoshop this, by the way. The last thing we need to do, we need to quit just sitting and passively watching the information. We do need to watch it, we do need to receive it, but at some point, we have to stop watching and do something with what we just learned. So, create your own opinions, synthesize your own opinions, publish them, share them with people. Then they take that information and they form their own ideas, and the loop goes on, and we all end up better for it. These are some of the resources I've been reading a lot lately. The Information Diet, I highly recommend. But they talk all about how our thinking is dictated so much by the information we consume, and it's very important to me. So if you want to talk more about this, and I would love to talk to anybody about this, come at me. This is how you find me. Thank you very much, Boise. You're very kind.